All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome into today's edition of In the Game. I am your host, Hustle, and as always, we're going to be diving into the markets. We're going to be diving into the metaverse narrative once again. We saw a big earnings report catapult a company up to the 6th largest company in the world, and they have a big implication on the future computing and processing and rendering of the metaverse. And I'm going to talk about why this is massive, why the date of June 5th is lingering, and it's honestly the amount of attention on the metaverse industry is only growing every single day leading up to it, as we're seeing metaverse tokens go completely against the market at this moment in time. We're going to go over all of that, and I'm going to talk about the progress in crypto gaming. 18 months ago, we basically had these click and progress games that didn't really take any interactivity. Now we're actually seeing quality products go live, and I'm going to go over why this is bullish for the industry. Like the video down below and subscribe to the channel for more every single day here on Banter and on In the Game. Shout out to our official sponsors as well down below. ByBit, one of the leading exchanges in all of crypto. If you're not trading on ByBit, sign up for an account down below. NordVPN, always navigate safely and securely. Don't disclose your IP address when navigating through Web3. Sign up for NordVPN down below. Vulcan Forge, one of the leading blockchain gaming studios. Metaverse as a service with Metascapes and blockchains with the Illuvium blockchain, as well as SinVerse, one of the leading metaverses in the entire space, what truly looks to be the Grand Theft Auto of the metaverse. No pun intended for what we'll talk about in this edition, but check out all of our sponsors down below. Let's go ahead and dive into it. As we're seeing last night, the market, if we pull up Bitcoin here, if we look at the 7 days, Bitcoin kind of took a tumble here. Not last night, but the night before, from about 27.1 all the way down to the low 26s. And we're kind of seeing a rebound. We're in that middle ground right now, between 26 and 27. And I want to talk about the progress, despite the stuff going on in the market, despite the debt ceiling talks, despite the recession talks, all the stuff going on with the economy. The progress that we're seeing in Web3 gaming speaks for itself. We'll get into the metaverse in just a second, but the progress we're seeing across Web3 gaming is super impressive. We've seen Gala Games come out with Grit on the Epic Game Store. You can hop into Grit live right now. I played it this morning and I was really impressed with the progress. So I played it at the first iteration and I've also played it now in the latest iteration. Very fun, Wild West battle royale, kind of like H1Z1 and PUBG had a baby in the Wild West. This would be the product. You can actually hop in on Epic Game Store right now. I really enjoyed that experience. We're seeing the mobile game side step up with Army of Tactics, Clash of Clans developers building in Web3. They're actually beta testing right now. The game looks awesome. We have Honeyland, which is on Solana. We've had them on the show in the past. They're doing 10K weekly active users on their mobile apps right now between iOS and Android. Super impressive numbers in a mobile gaming market, which is really unsaturated when it comes to Web3 games. I think there's a big blue ocean opportunity there for anyone to get involved in. We've seen 𝗙𝗓𝗋 get listed on the App Store. We have Honeyland. We have WAGMI Games going live. They're on iOS test flight at the moment in time. So mobile gaming is stepping up, as well as just AAA. Right, we've all been waiting on Illuvium. We showed this gameplay a couple weeks ago here on the show, some debut gameplay at that point. But we're now seeing, the open world creature capture auto battler, the overworld private beta 2 now live. And as far as the environments, as far as just the graphical appeal, everything in this game is top tier. And it's awesome to see from 18 months ago. Like I said, we just had these games where you click a button, something happens on the screen, you wait, you collect your Ponzi token reward, and then you progress. Now we're actually seeing real games come to the space, which I couldn't be more bullish on in totality, because Web3 gaming is going to thrive off of products. And once we have products that can compete with these major games in Web2, that's when we're really going to make an imprint on the gaming industry. And that's when Web3 gaming is really going to go, I think it's going to be the biggest growth sector in all of crypto. So that's what's going to take it to the next level, are these products where people really understand and want to come play and really reap the rewards of the Web3 technology that's on top of these games. But when you look at the markets, like I said, with the debt ceiling and everything going on, we have people like Becker saying that Bitcoin's going to go back to 18K, S&P to 3,700, flatline. People call for lower and don't get it. Up from there, you'll see. And he says this is a long-term call, stagnant market for a while. Now, I agree on the stagnant market part. I think we're going to see sideways to slow bleeding activity for a little while here on Bitcoin. DeSantis just last night with Elon Musk was talking about how he's pro Bitcoin and anti CBDCs. That's bullish for crypto. And I do think with the halving less than a year away, we have some good time to accumulate some really solid projects at this moment in time. And what is the industry right now in the next couple of weeks that has the most shine on it? It's the metaverse. And we see Nvidia, who's deeply embedded in the metaverse. A lot of the metaverse projects, a lot of upcoming businesses building in the metaverse are integrating with Nvidia. They make graphic cards, they have processing, the GPU, etc. Nvidia just became the 6th largest company in the world today, and their market cap is now $940 billion. And at 4 p.m. Eastern yesterday, it was $755 billion. That is quite a leap in valuations. And Nvidia has direct ties to building in the metaverse. This, to me, is a bullish signal when it comes to the metaverse. We've seen rumors circulating. This is just a rumor, just to get it clear. Not official by any means, but we've heard that GTA might do a crypto into their games. And it says GTA 6 makes money you make in the game able to transfer to real life. Now, Grand Theft Auto, that's the metaverse, right? People detach from reality. They hop into Grand Theft Auto. They go make money, perform heists, steal cars, do anything they want to in this open world that's completely different than reality. Now, that's the definition of a metaverse. Whether or not this is actually true, once we have metaverse experiences to this, where you go in and you can completely detach, go into an immersive experience where you're having fun genuinely and you're detaching from reality. This is what the metaverse is going to be in the future, is a version of Grand Theft Auto that you want to hop into every single day because it amplifies the experience, right? My favorite metaverse is Life, don't get me wrong, but Grand Theft Auto is a hell of a product and a hell of a metaverse, if I have to say so myself. And over the next couple of years, I think that this is going to be the people that don't buy in to the metaverse and don't buy in to crypto gaming. They're going to be looking at their past self. They're going to be banging up against the window and they're going to be very unhappy. This is Altcoin Gordon. He says, me in 2025, watching myself buy meme coins in 2023. Now, don't be the person in 2025 that's beating the window, looking at your old self saying, I didn't buy crypto gaming. I didn't buy metaverse, because I'm telling you right now, this will be the biggest opportunity for the easiest 5, 10, 20Xs in the near future with the amount of sheer businesses adopting the metaverse. On June 5th, we're going to have the Apple VR headset debut at the WWDC 2023. And I'm telling you, if Apple is bullish on the metaverse, if metaverse products go on Apple VR, we're going to see a crazy run here. As long as Bitcoin holds up, if we don't see just a cataclysmic collapse out of Bitcoin and we at least trade sideways, we're going to see the metaverse niche really perform well. Sandbox is a leader of that narrative, and they're also going to be listed on a lot of the exchanges over in Hong Kong. It's going to be one of the more readily available tokens, and that's alongside Axie. So Axie's not as much of the metaverse narrative, but two tokens in this industry, gaming and metaverse, that are going to be listed in Hong Kong and really at the forefront are Sand and AXS. So I would watch for them to probably get some good liquidity into their tokens on June 1st would be that date. But then leading up to June 5th, I think Sandbox does have a lot of potential. He's very bullish on the metaverse, the co-founder of Sandbox. And he says, thanks partly to AI. And this is out of Asia, this publication here. I'm very bullish on Render. I agree with what Rand said this morning. I actually think that there's a lot more to go for Render. Despite its recent pump, we see it go from low 230s all the way up to about $2.86. And now it's kind of retracing a bit. I think that they could have a big pump if Apple is working with Render or just leading up to June 5th. I think there's still legs in Render. Highstreet just keeps on going. I'm going to refresh this just to get the latest price. Highstreet keeps going. And at this market cap, I don't think it's going to slow down. This also has a big Asia narrative behind it. And if we look at the 7-day chart, I mean, it is absolutely running. And we called it back here. We said to take a look at Highstreet during this metaverse run. So shout out to anyone who's taken advantage of this gain here on Highstreet. And I think we have a little ways to go. As mentioned, they have an F1 event out in Monaco this week. This is like the retail metaverse. So as in like shopping, products, etc. So look for Highstreet to continue its run, in my opinion. Vulcan Forge has a big weekend ahead. Jamie Thompson tweets, Vulcan Forge tweets that, Vulcan 3, it begins on Friday, and that's tomorrow. So when you look at the implications, the announcements they could make, they've been hinting closely at something with Apple. And I know that they're about to get exposure to hundreds of millions of users with an upcoming launch of theirs. So really bullish on Vulcan Forge. And I think that at this market cap, anything around or under 100 million on Vulcan Forge is going to pay off long term. I think we see a continuation of this rally. We've seen it gone from low 320s all the way up to 373 at this moment, and it almost got up to $4. I think we surpassed $4 after this weekend and leading up to June 5th. I mean, imagine what Jamie could announce at Vulcan 3 this weekend. 𝗕𝗏𝗕𝗄𝗎 speaking, Kevin O'Leary, Ice-T, Brian Evans. There's a lot of heavy hitters coming to the stage to speak at Vulcan 3. So I'm very bullish on Vulcan Forge. And the one that's actually the only one that's red over the daytime period is Wilder World. And I actually just think it's taking a little bit of a healthy pullback from this pump, but I think it's going to continue. I think it's going to take the next leg up over this weekend and leading up to June 5th. I think that Highstreet, Wild, and PYR have the most explosive potential, but I think the safest play would probably be Render, especially with a mid to long-term perspective here. I think all of these tokens are severely undervalued. And like I said, in a couple of years, you're going to be like this if you don't get into the metaverse and crypto gaming at this point in time. It's when every single person is saying, that's a scam, that's not going to work, we're leaving the industry, liquidity's leaving the industry, that you should be doubling down on your highest conviction bets. And I truly believe that. I am planting seeds in my favorite projects. I also think that a couple lower cap metaverses like Everdome and 𝗓𝗏𝗋𝗆𝗋 could have really good runs as well leading up to June 5th. Now let's talk about a couple of tokens that I'm watching for some dips. Theta's getting pretty cheap, the Twitch of crypto gaming. That week chart doesn't look great. That month chart doesn't look great. And if we go to the yearly charts, the yearly low is about 72 cents. We're really not that far off from that. So I'm looking for Theta to kind of get closer to those ranges. And I would love to make an accumulation here on Theta as we near. I don't think we're near the. I think we're going to see a drawdown in Bitcoin. I think we're going to see a pullback. But however, while that happens, I'm going to be placing my bets for the long term in this industry so I don't end up like Matthew McConaughey in Interstellar. That's my goal, okay? Immutable, I think, is going to continue to tumble as well. I think we see cheaper prices here. It did rebound after the token unlock, but there's another token unlock next month. And until we see a bull market, I think Immutable could struggle on the token price. But you have to remember, this launched in the peak of the bull market. So Immutable X has some of the most developments, business partnerships, and high-tier games on their blockchain. And they haven't seen a proper bull run. Like their token launched middle of the bull run at the peak of the bull run last year. So we haven't seen their product at its full strength hit a bull market. So I think at this circulating market cap, $600 million, this has tons of upside potential given what's being built on their chain. I know Short term, I'm bearish on 𝗂𝗯. I think 𝗂𝗯 could take a major hit as far as the short term, and especially if Bitcoin does take a retrace here back towards 20,000. But long term, it's hard to dispute that 𝗂𝗯 is going to be one of the kings of crypto gaming. Don't get me wrong, despite their stance against investors and against ROI or telling you not to buy nodes. And I am still genuinely bullish on the future of 𝗂𝗯, but I'm going to be watching this to go a little lower. I'm going to be accumulating as much Altura as possible in between 20 million and 30 million market cap. This right here is the easiest 5 to 10x in all of crypto as far as next bull run, and that's conservative. And I'll always say conservative predictions because yes, this could easily become a $100 million, $200 million, $300 million token given its utility, but I want to give you realistic projections. This is one of the cleanest, easiest 5 to 10x's that you will have in the next cycle, and I think placing bets in Altura will massively pay off over that time period. Other low caps I'm really bullish on are Nakamoto Games, gaming studio really focused on the mobile market, kind of like we talked about back here with Honeyland, Army of Tactics, Axie hitting the app store. So they're hitting that mobile side of things very hard. And at this market cap of 17 million, I'm very bullish on the long-term growth of Nakamoto Games. And I get asked about this token all the time, games for a living. So games for a living, great product. I think it looks fantastic. I think come the bull market, this could have massive growth. I dislike the fully diluted to the normal market cap. 6 million market cap to 150 million fully diluted, only 5% of the supply circulating. This could take a hit in the short term and until next bull market, to be completely honest. I would wait on accumulations here. This gap, I mean, the market cap is 25 times what the fully diluted is. The fully diluted is 25 times what the circulating cap is. I don't like that per se, and I think this probably a good amount of I think that this will dip quite a bit before I start to accumulate this. I want to see this market cap come down. It's just a little big for me. I get asked about this token almost every single day in the chat box, and I do like the product. I think the product looks great, team's good, but man, this has quite a bit to go on the downside, and it might take till next bull run to kind of get that catapult in price. Let's talk about a couple of things that you can go out there and do today or get ready for. Arbitrum NFT free mint launch today. Stumble upon Rumble. You can qualify for their token airdrop. This is a play-to-earn boxing arcade game on Arbitrum. Really goes together with those narratives within the 𝗕𝗓𝗕𝗏 ecosystem, Bitmate, Smallverse. It's very similar to those style of projects and games. You can actually go mint their free NFT now. This will qualify you for an airdrop of the 𝗕𝗏𝗕𝗏 token. This is on Arbitrum. It's basically no gas. Really low risk play here, and you will qualify yourself for an airdrop. Another upcoming airdrop that we've talked about here, GameSwift. They came out with another partnership today, introducing another game, a new member of their family, Meadowlands, which is a first-person shooter. Meadowlands is also working with Altura. So some very familiar faces coming into the ecosystem here with GameSwift. They're going to do their GSwift token airdrop in the near future as well. I would hop on their platform and do the challenges that you're going to need to do to qualify for this airdrop. It's very easy to do. It's not like having to go on chain and provide LPs and do all these different things on like ZK Sync or anything like that. Just hop in, do some of their challenges, and you'll be able to qualify yourself for that airdrop. And last but not least, the 𝗓𝗑𝗪 ISPO is launching soon. 𝗓𝗑𝗪 is an infrastructure for Web3 games. As you see here, it's going to be the API for all things Web3 gaming and Metaverse. We simplify the infrastructure and asset management via a platform that empowers bold companies to deploy and scale Web3 games and Metaverse applications. Now, I'm a big fan of projects with SDKs. I'm a big fan of projects that are infrastructure and helping games go to market in the NFT space. That's exactly what this project is doing. And their ISPO is actually going to launch on 4 different blockchains. Cardano, Ethereum, Polkadot, and Polygon. So you'll have your chance to get involved here. All you do is stake and you can receive rewards in 𝗕𝗏𝗕𝗏 tokens. So this is something to definitely look out for, is that will be going live soon. And I'll update you on everything that comes across my plate across these time periods. You know, we got you in Spartadex very early. We've got you in a lot of quality projects that haven't launched or that have launched recently that are performing very well. Like Spartadex, I truly think is going to be the DeFi kingdoms of Arbitrum. I think it's going to be the king of gamified yield on the Arbitrum chain. So hopefully you've been paying attention, getting involved in some of those early launches. I'll always keep you updated on what I'm hearing. I'm always glued to the space in Web3 gaming, and I will continue to push the quality projects across your desk, just like they come across mine. So that way you guys can win just like I do as crypto gaming adopts, metaverse adopts, and we see this industry truly become mainstream. And I do think it begins on June 5th. This is going to be a big day, guys. I'm really excited to see what comes out of the Apple VR announcement. And I mean, if we get an announcement that Apple's building a metaverse, strap in. It's going to be a fun month of June if that happens. But leading up to it, guys, I think we have a really good opportunity with the tokens, like I said, like Sand, like AXS going live in Hong Kong. I think it's going to get a lot of liquidity. Render, Highstreet, Vulcan Forge, Wilder World, Everdome, 𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗧𝗏𝗏. I think these are 6 or 7 projects that are really going to get some good liquidity heading up to June 5th. It could play out to be a buy the rumors, sell the news event. Prepare yourselves for that. Always take profits if your tokens pump enough. Protect your downside. And I'll be here to guide you through the entire way. So like the video and subscribe. And I will be back this weekend with another video. As always, play well, my friends.